Hi, I'm Megan. Welcome to today's live reading of Dead Lawyers Don't Lie by Mark Nolan, presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Join me. Chapter 1. Some men are alive simply because it is against the law to kill them. E.W. Howe. San Francisco Superior Court Building, Criminal Courtroom Number 8. The morning before attorney Richard Caxton was shot, he spent an hour in court doing what he did best, lying to the jury. This time around, Caxton's client was the son of a wealthy mortgage banker. Mason Rabaram had allegedly been driving under the influence of alcohol when he crashed his luxury SUV into the Tate family's economy car. In court, Caxton claimed that the police had mishandled the case. In Caxton's successful cases, he often found a loophole in the law, or a small procedural error by the police, or a semi-believable alibi that would hold up just long enough to bamboozle a jury. He exploited these opportunities with the smooth-talking technique of a used car salesman. Other attorneys in the city marveled at and envied the creatively dishonest con man. After arguing relentlessly for his version of the truth, Caxton listened to the court clerk read the jury's verdict aloud and pronounced Rabaran not guilty. Judge Emerson frowned. Caxton tried not to laugh. Brian Tate bolted from his chair and railed at the jury. How could you find him innocent when he was driving with a .15 blood alcohol level? Witnesses said he drank 7 beers before he crashed into our car and almost killed my wife and kids. Tate's wife, Judy, sat next to him, her arm in a plaster cast. The 12 jurors averted their eyes and remained silent. Tate turned and glared at Caxton and his client with the righteous fury of someone who had just been cheated out of justice. Judge Emerson slammed his gavel down. Order. Sit down, Mr. Tate. Rabaran smirked, and Caxton couldn't help but glow as the working man in his department store suit and tie curled his lip and ignored Judge Emerson's warning. Tate jabbed his finger at Caxton. Anyone else would be going to prison now, but your client had the cash to hire the best lying lawyer that money can buy. Someone ought to teach you two a lesson, the hard way. Mr. Tate, that is enough, Judge Emerson said as he banged his gavel again. Do not test my patience, or you will find yourself held in contempt of court. Tate took a deep breath and let it out, struggling for control. Yes, Your Honor. He sat down but continued to glare at Caxton. Caxton shrugged and maintained his cool, ever the professional. His demeanor matched his appearance. Perfect teeth, year-round tan, manicured fingernails, and the latest hairstyle. His suits, shirts, and ties were all custom-made by the finest tailors in the financial district. Caxton was used to having Tate's level of helpless anger leveled at him, and he couldn't have cared less. He earned a reputation as the lawyer you loved to hate, but as he often said, being hated sure did pay well. Caxton's favorite story was about a client who had asked him if he could seek justice. He'd answer, yes, and how much justice can you afford to buy today? You are now free to go, Mr. Rabaran, Judge Emerson announced. Rabaran grinned and shook hands with Caxton and then exited through a side door, likely sliding into a waiting limousine as Emerson dismissed the jury. Caxton headed out to the front of the court building with his head high and delivered a brief but well-rehearsed speech to the news reporters. Today, justice was served. My client was found not guilty by a jury in a court of law. Thank goodness we live in a country where lawyers can protect honest, hardworking people such as my client from false accusations. Reporters yelled questions at Caxton about his celebrity client, but he put on his best pious look and strolled toward the parking lot in his brand new BMW. His publicist would issue a statement to the press any minute now. He was so bound up in his own glory, he didn't notice the watcher.